Today we're talking about why your story is critical to attracting customers. I don't think anybody would deny that, people do business with people, right? They like to hear what people have to say. They just have a good vibe about somebody. And usually that comes from somebody's story. What have they been through? Why are they where they are today? And how did they get there? If you have a product or service, you're a big company or a small company, one of the things that is very effective about direct response is the ability to tell your story over 28 minutes and 30 seconds, or even 2 minutes, to tell your story. You just don't have that opportunity in 30 seconds. So if your story, your product, your service needs time to cultivate and to tell that story, and that's when it makes a difference for your customers, or attracts customers to purchase, a direct response campaign may be absolutely perfect for you. When Barbie and I started our business over 30 years ago, we were just young people in sports television. So we were dating at the time, and as we were working late at night, we would get together to see each other. We'd watch television, and we'd see these infomercials on television. And we looked at these infomercials, we thought, man, this is really bad television. But we were sucked in watching it. And what we had learned was a lot of these infomercials were very successful selling products and services. And we've always wanted to be in business for ourselves. So we figured, you know what, we do network television. We could certainly do that. Well,
we thought just because we knew how to produce a television show that we could produce a successful infomercial. If we just came up with a great product on our own, we could produce a show and start selling product. And that's really how we learned the business. And what we realized is that those shows were so full of salesmanship, a lot of them way over the top. You've probably heard the term carnival barkers, but people that you see at carnivals, step right up, come over here, see what I'm doing, those big demos. So a lot of the infomercials back in the mid-'80s were very much like that. And we thought, oh gosh, they're so corny. So when we produced our first shows, we took a much more educational approach to the shows, informational approach, and we learned really quickly that that didn't work. You had to have a fair amount of salesmanship in those shows in order to sell product, and that's just how we learned the business.
So if you have a product or service that just needs it needs more time to tell the story, and you know how to demonstrate, you know what your claims are, you know what your product, your value proposition, you know your call to action, you know your expert testimonials, you know how to demonstrate, you know all these things that I'm talking about, that can get woven into a story, and that attracts customers. And that when you attract that customer, they're educated. They're educated because of your story. And when they're educated, they become customers, right?
Well, and your personal story, why are you involved in this business?
Right.
What happened in your life that brought you to the point where you wanted to start this business or invent this product or bring this particular service to others? That really helps you connect with people. And I know for Ken and I, we tell the story often about when we're sitting across the table with someone who's there with their product, that we came into this business as product owners and who happen to know how to produce shows. And when we let them know that we understand the position they're in because we were once in that very same position, you've put so much time and effort and money into this product, and here's your chance to bring it to the marketplace. We understand the pressure that goes along with that. And so those stories, the stories that are real as to how you got to where you are, why you're there, and where you want to go, that all will resonate with prospective customers. So it's good to share your story and let people understand how you got to be here.
You can't tell your story in 30 seconds, or you don't have so much money as a company to invest with a big agency and create these big, national broadcast television commercials, and you don't have the money to go to QVC, and you don't have the context. There's an option for you. It's called direct response television, and it's very, very successful. We've had a lot of success doing it, helping a lot of people. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is think about what your story is. Think about how that can translate to other people. Think about when you tell your product story or your service story to anybody else you know, how that resonates with people. There's a format for you. to tell that story and to attract customers and to build your business. And the important thing about that is that it's not just telling your story. It's not just doing a testimonial. You have to do it there is a system, there is a process that we've developed over the last 30 years that's very successful. So just telling your story is a great start, but then there's a process, there's a system, there's a method to get them down from customer attraction to actually being a customer, whether it's transactional right there on television, whether it's at retail, whether it's on your website, whether it's social. There's a story that needs to be told.